Hey everyone, DFA here, welcome back to the channel. And as you know, Commonwealth cruisers will be back for another round pretty soon, and I thought that it would actually be a good time to be sharing my experience with them, because yeah, believe it or not, what happened to me with the Spanish cruisers just happened to me again with these ones as well. I was lucky or unlucky enough to use all my luck and get the tier 9 encounter in one of those free crate keys. So yes, I managed to get a ship for free that I would be getting for free in 2 or 3 months anyway. So I might as well, play it and let you know what I think of it. And I made this one because I think that's where a lot of you will actually be starting as well. Not at tier 9, but since it's pretty much a new nation in the game, or a new family of nations in the game. Yeah, you're probably going to be like me, not really having a commander ready to go for these things and kind of wondering what to do with them, because those cruisers are actually so... Let's get this out of the way. I'm pretty happy that I got this one. Unlike the Catalunya, which was a huge piece of shit, this is actually pretty good and pretty decent. It's really fun to play as well, but it's also kind of confusing, to be honest. Because yeah, the Commonwealth cruisers, they make you think of light cruisers when you look at them. Light cruisers, HE spammers, really great concealment, small caliber guns, quite a lot of them actually, a decent range and a decent fire chance as well. But what is actually surprising, and it's really, you see that right now, it's the maneuverability of these things. And I think I called that video Unlearning Cruisers, because that's exactly what I feel like when I'm playing these things. So take a look at that engagement. I have 3 targets in front of me. I decide to engage that Schlieffen because he does have a shit fire protection, and also because he was turning in, so it means it's basically unable to answer, to reply to me for a couple of seconds. His turrets are simply off target. And yeah, it takes forever to position, to put the ship into place. So practically, they remind me a lot of the mains, if you will. And you see me engaging my smoke screen there because I'm thinking like, how will I get away from that shitty situation? So they're kind of like the mains in a way, that they are heavy cruisers with light cruiser guns on what is best called a heavy cruiser platform, without really having the heavy cruiser protection. So they really have very poor maneuverability, poor acceleration, poor traverse, poor turn time, but really good concealment. So you kind of have to really think ahead when you're playing these things, and that's why I'm really showing my first battle, because that's literally my first contact with them. So I'm kind of figuring out, okay, what do I actually do with these things? And so yeah, now I need to get out. I'm in a tricky situation here. So yeah, finally I do manage to get my ship to turn. I'm going to go for the protection of the island in front of us, because yeah, let's hope I do not take too much damage getting there, but yeah. And this is, this is really interesting. I'm very lucky here because it's a bot destroyer, but if this had been I would say a human destroyer, I would be dead. I've played a couple of battles with these in the meantime, and this is actually the first one. And yeah, those things, they're not great at dealing with destroyers up close and personal, simply because of that lack of sonar and lack of maneuverability. They really damage farmers. That is what they do, they farm damage. So you position them a bit like a heavy cruiser, using your concealment to get into tricky positions, or really farming from behind your team, second line, and you farm damage. If you try to get into a cap and duel with destroyers, you will get deleted. And just watch me slowly get into position there and turn, because all the enemy team is packed right in front of me, but I'm not going to exit right in front of them like that. Yeah, if you look at the minimap, it's not great. Yes, we are leading, but we also do not really are in a position to challenge the caps in the middle, and that's where I want to make my next play. So I'm going to exit slowly there, just get into position, that Vermont just fire, so it's a free farm for me at this stage. And yeah, I'm going to trigger my crawling smoke there, because yeah, again, I don't really have, at this stage, I didn't really have a commander with the smoke skill activated. And then practically, so yeah, the reload, I would say the cooldown time between those things were absolutely huge, and I was never able to use the 3 of them in the battle. But yeah, practically, so as long as you move slowly and you turn left, right and center, because you really want to make yourself a harder target to hit, because yeah, you cannot, if you start accelerating too much, you will exit those crawling smokes, and that will make you, so staying in there, going relatively slowly and firing every 7 or 6 seconds, whatever, yeah, that makes you a pretty easy target to hit in smoke. So do not think that you are safe in smoke with that thing, but yeah, practically it lets you get into positions and it lets you get away with moves that a regular cruiser would not be able to make, because yeah, in that case I did manage to get into the central area, which is exactly where I wanted to get, and then do so pretty safely. But yeah, again, shit maneuverability, it means I'm not going to engage that Jinan. I have to be super careful, because I really do not have the ability to dodge torpedoes. You really have to anticipate a lot with these things. And don't do as I do, what I'm doing now. So I learned in the meantime that the AP is actually pretty good as well. You just need to pick the right targets, and that Jinan with AP would certainly be going down. So do not just simply fire HE at everything you meet. Do use your AP whenever it's needed, but yeah. In that case, that Jinan is about to get a little bit surprised, because these ships, they do pack quite a punch actually. The accuracy, it's not great, you can improve it with your skill, whatever, but at that range it's not a problem. And yeah, I'm just responding in kind to that Jinan. So yeah, I've called that guide, that review, Unlearning Cruisers, because that's really what I feel like every time I play them. I don't know why, I always make the association that I'm in some kind of Minotaur, but honestly it's more like a fat Neptune, if you see what I mean. So you really have to be careful, pick your engagements and your moves wisely, really watch for that minimap, because if someone decides to YOLO you, it's not like you have a really easy exit path, and use your concealment and your crawling smokes to really get in positions or get out of tricky situations. So overall I really enjoyed them. I've already played the others as well, so expect a review of them in the coming days and weeks. And I think Wargaming did a really good job with that line. They are not too strong, they are certainly not weak, much better job than the previous cruiser line to be released, the Smallish cruisers, which are now I haven't met a single one in battle for I don't know how many months. So yeah, good job Wargaming on this one, and you will be getting my review of the tier 10 Cerberus soon. In the meantime, stay safe, take care, stay tuned. That was DFA signing out, bye bye.